Hi, I'm Chantel,
And I'm Claire.
and today we are going to be showing you how to apply your Sistico sustainable nails. These are such a popular product for us now, and there's been a lot of questions about how to apply, what are the tips and tricks, and I'm going to walk you through some of them, and Claire is also going to be doing an application today as well. So what color have you got there?
I have French Rose.
Amazing. I have mottled pink, which I absolutely love. I hope you can kind of pick up in the light just how stunning they are. Can you see those? So these are part of our glazed range for sustainable nails. You can see they've got like the, I guess, shimmer, shine, and they kind of multi-dimensional. But we also have other styles like our matte sustainable. So this one here is our Merlot, which is our biggest selling matte. And they're just flat color essentially. So let's jump into our application. First things first, underneath your little tray here, we have a little pack that looks like this. And inside this has everything in it that you need to actually apply your sustainable nails. And so if I open that up, we start out with our little buffer and also our prep pad. So first step is to actually just give your nails a very light buff over the surface. And all we're doing with that is just creating that grippy finish on the nail. I don't do this too much. It really depends on the type of person that you are. And then what I'm going to be doing is actually going over with my prep pad and brushing that over the surface of my nails. This works to remove all of the oils and any of that stuff that we don't realize is there. Face creams, whatever we've put on, that is all going to be gone. And again, it just creates the perfect base for your sustainable nails to last you up to 2 weeks. I've even seen longer. Once that process is done, this is where the really important stuff comes in. So 2 things. Firstly, we can push back our cuticles as well with this little stick that comes in the set. And that means you're going to be able to apply the nail quite close to the cuticle area.
Do you use a certain side of this?
Yes.
Press them back?
So this side here, the flatter side rather than the pointy. I use the pointy side probably more for my removal, for getting underneath. And so I'm just going to be actually pushing all of my cuticles back. Again, this process doesn't take long at all. And if you've done it recently, you don't even need to do it again. And then I'm going to be actually taking my little tabs. So these nail tabs, you get 3 in the pack, but you can also purchase them separately. And basically what's important about these is making sure that you are sizing them up correctly. So there is a little film, which a lot of people don't know, on the top of our nail tabs. And I'm just going to basically pull that film away like this, and that'll expose the tabs. Not like there is other protection on them, so don't worry, they're not now, I guess, wet or anything like that. And then what I'm going to do is I actually like to kind of put this in the light like so, and put my nail bed underneath. And this is how I size up. Very important. So I'll hold up my nail like this and I'll go, okay, that's clearly way too big because I can see it's sitting over the edges of what my nail would be. So I am going to size up my nails like so. And when I find a size that I'm happy with, I'm just going to peel that off and stick it on to my nail. Popping it from basically the base of my nail to the tip. Everything with Sistico sustainable nails should be base to tip. Now I always leave this I guess, protective seal on until I've done all of my nails. Not only does it give it a little time to kind of attach before we try to then peel it off, but also it makes it a lot easier when you're actually then, doing the others, that you're not getting stuck. Yeah, exactly. Or caught on any of the sticky parts. Pretty much a size for everyone we found. And that's why we also provide lots of packs. So if you do find you're on like the wider side, you'll have that through like the other packs that you have. So you get a lot. Underneath your sustainable nails as well, you will notice you get not only these ones that come in the pack, but you also get additional sustainable nails. So if you do find you are some of those larger sizes, or even I think there's another medium or a few mediums, they're going to be underneath. So it isn't just what you see. There is extras. Obviously, this is like, you know, providing you with a lot of manicures. And the great thing about Sister Grow Sustainable Nails is they are reusable.
I was just about to ask.
Yeah. So the reason we call them sustainable nails is they are plant-based, not plastic, which is really cool because we know that press-on nails really do cause so much landfill. And basically, once you finish using them and you remove them, you can just pop it back on there for safe storage. So basically, we provide you with this to hold them there so you can use them again next time. Cool, pressing that. And so what I do is I press from left to right, I press from up to down, and I just make sure that I'm kneading out any of those air bubbles. All right, I'm done. Are you ready?
I'm ready as well.
Perfect. Okay, so we're going to take off now the sticky part. And like I said, again, I do this one by one. But also important part is measuring up the size of your nails. Sorry, I skipped a step. So I usually do that when this is still having the plastic on it. Again, just making sure that we're not kind of throwing ourselves into a sticky situation and actually testing. And sometimes I think that the one I grab is going to be the correct one, and then it turns out that it isn't. So I put it over the top so then I can just pull it away and be like, oh no, that's too big. Very important. I always recommend sizing down with your sustainable nails. So that is basically you don't want to be over the edges at all because that's going to cause lifting. So
Because when you press down, right?
yeah, exactly. So what Claire was saying is when your sustainable nails are shaped like this, but when you press down, they kind of flatten slightly. So if you size down, what happens is when you flatten them, they're going to not go over the edges. So I found a perfect one here for my middle finger. I'm just going to be taking off this tab, and I like to do it from the top, but then I go sort of sideways and I give it like a light wriggle. So I'm not just ripping it off. I like to give it a light wriggle. And like I said, I'm picking it up a little bit more from the sides. This is how I like to do it. And then wriggle, wriggle. And then it kind of lifts all in one, like so. So you can see that whole thing has come off. And I always check, okay, I didn't miss any. Perfect, great, it's all come off.
Can I give a personal tip that I tried?
Absolutely, go for it.
This is my second time putting on the sustainable nails ever. And I noticed a little tip for me when I was struggling with the tabs at all to use the little wood stick it came with and just pop it under
And then lift it up.
and lift it up.
Ah, there you go.
Getting any stuck to my finger.
Tips from the best. There you go. So when I'm done applying the nail, I'm actually going to be taking the cuticle area and I'm going to be pushing that into the base of my nail. You can see it like so. And I kind of almost use it as like a cuticle pusher when I'm doing that. So I'm pushing it down. And then once I feel like I've got it right in there, I'm going to press down. So that is like cuticle to tip like this. And you can see that it's grabbing my nail perfectly like so. So that gives you that really natural finish on the cuticle line when you press it into the cuticle area. So look. So that is us done. And that was so quick and easy. And I love the way it gives me that strength, that length, and this color, which I absolutely adore. And that is how you apply Sister Grow Sustainable Nails. I hope that helped. Bye.
Bye, everyone.